Hello my crochet family, this is Lady Jenna and welcome back to my channel. I have two things we're going to do today. I'm going to be testing these yarns from Dollarama. I believe they're approximately $2 each. They're 100% cotton, and also with these we're going to be making a bumblebee. So this is the bumblebee I'm going to be making with you. The pattern that I found online is a free pattern. I will link the site in the description down below. Grab your crochet and your yarn. Let's start crocheting. To make the bumblebee project, you'll be needing a few things. First of all, you'll be needing some yarn. I got this yarn at Dollarama for approximately $2 each. You need a crochet hook, 3.5 millimeters, fiber fill, 8 millimeter safety eyes. I purchased this pack at Temu. And also a black floss. I've got my black floss here. This package I purchased at Dollarama for $3. A yarn needle, stitch markers. The bumblebee pattern I found online, it's a free pattern. For the pattern, we did go through what we were going to be needing. I'm not going to go through this again. It does provide us with some abbreviation, which we've seen before. CH for chain, SC for single crochet. This is a new one. SC2 TOG. This is a single crochet, 2 stitches together. This is an increase. Half double crochet, magic ring or magic circle, SK for skip. This is the first we've seen. And then ST, so this means stitches. And SLST, slip stitch. For the bee body, we need yellow yarn. Now you will notice this is written a little bit differently than from my last video. This is a North American pattern, the way that it's written. So let's get this started. Round 1, 6 single crochet in a magic ring. Let's do our magic circle or magic ring. We have our 6 single crochet in the magic ring. Don't forget to remove the tail from the loop. And how to close this, what I do is I hold both ends together and then I pull on the tail and that will close it. But I never close it completely. I give myself some space to be able to work. Row number 2, it says 2 SC in each stitch around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got all over 12 stitches. Row 2 is complete. Let's go to row 3. In row 3, single crochet in the first stitch, then 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and you repeat. And at the end, we should have 18 stitches. So in our first stitch, we do 1 single crochet, and then we move to the next stitch, which is 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and then we start over. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So this is our row 3. It's complete. The next thing is to count and make sure we do have our 18. Our next row is row 4. In row 4, we do single crochets in 2 stitches, followed by 2 single crochet in the next stitch, and we repeat. So let's do 2 single crochets. 1, 2, And then we do 2 single crochets in this stitch. This is an increase. 1, 2. So, and then we repeat. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. 1, 2, then increase. 1, 2, then 1, 2 for the increase. 1, 2, and then 1, 2 for the increase. This is our round 4. We should have 24 stitch. Don't forget to count, and then we'll be doing our 5th row. Row number 5, again, same thing. Single crochet in 3 stitches, then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. That's the increase. And we repeat. 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 for the increase. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 for the increase. 1, 2, 3. This is row number 5. For row number 6, we're going to single crochet in 4 stitches, followed by 2 stitches in the next stitch, and that's the increase. And we repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, in the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, in the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, in the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2 in the same. 1, 2. This should give us our 36 stitches for round 6. Row 7 and row 8, this is where we're going to be changing colors. We're going to be changing the colors to black. Single crochet in each stitch around 36 times with the black yarn. To add the black yarn, I start my single crochet. I go into my work. The yellow yarn I keep on the back of my work. I grab the black and I pull it through my work, and then I finish my stitch, my single crochet. I'm not going to cut my yellow yarn. I'm going to keep it because we're going to be needing it for rows 9 to 12. But the tail, I'm going to include it in my stitch. So let's continue. There are other ways to add the color, but this is the way that I'm going to do it for this project. In future videos, I will show you different ways, and then you just go around. Row 8 is complete. Row 9 to 12 is using yellow yarn, and it's the same 36 stitch. We don't add, we don't remove. So instead of holding the black yarn, pick up your yellow yarn. Keep the black yarn there. Don't remove it. We're going to be needing it later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is looking more and more like a bumblebee. Our rows 9 to 12 are completed. Now we need to do the rows 13 to 16, and 13 to 16 are black. So we're going to use our black yarn. We're going to keep our yellow yarn to the back, grab our black yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rounds 13 to 16 completed. The next round is round 17 to 20 and 21 to 22. 17 to 20 is a change of color to yellow, so we're going to be using our yellow. If we look at round 21, 22, it's the same kind of stitch. So we're going to be doing 17 to 22 with the yellow yarn. And from here we can cut the black yarn. We'll no longer need it because we're not going to change to black. And we're going to weave the tail as we crochet our stitches. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see how my black tail is in between my stitches? This is what I like. If you don't do that, then you'll have to weave it in. So I'm just going to weave it in as I crochet. And you can continue like this up to row 22. Rows up to 22 have been completed. The next row is row 23. This is the row where we start decreasing. Single crochet in 4 stitches. Then we single crochet 2 TOG together. This is a decrease. And then we repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we single crochet 2 together. We pick up 1, we pick up another 1, and we crochet them together. And we repeat. Our next step is to add the eyes. It says to add the eyes between round 3 and 4. So if I take this, I'm just going to turn it this way. I want this side to be underneath so it doesn't show. And if we look at this, we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. So between this would be where we would put the eyes. So let's place one right here. You need to push that in. Like this. And then it says to count 6 stitches apart. Let's see here. So this is, so that would be like 6 holes apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the other one would be right there. Like this. That looks cool. Now we do need to place our safety. This is the safety caps so that the eyes cannot be removed. So I just place one, push it in, and then the other one. There we go. Our safety's on. We've got our eyes. Look at how nice this is getting. The step after this one, we could, if we wanted to, embroider the mouth, but I think I'm going to wait until this is stuffed. And now we need to do row 24 to 26, which are decreases. Same step as before, decrease. So let's go ahead and do those. So round 24, we do single crochet in 3 stitch, then we single crochet 2 together, and we repeat to give ourselves 24 stitches.
1, 2, 3, then we pick up 2 to stitch together. 1, 2, 3, pick up 2 to stitch together. 1, 2, 3, pick up 2 to stitch together.
1, 2, 3, pick up 2 to stitch together. 1, 2, 3, pick up 2 to stitch together. 1, 2, 3, pick up 2, stitch together. There we go. Don't forget to count. You should have 24. Row number 25, same thing. We do 2 single crochets and then we decrease.
1, 2, pick up 2 stitches, crochet together. 1, 2, pick up 2 stitches, crochet them together. 1, 2, pick up 2 stitches and crochet them together. 1, 2, pick up 2 stitches and crochet them together. 1, 2, pick up 2 stitches and crochet them together. 1, 2, pick up 2 stitches and crochet them together.
That's our row 25. Make sure to count. You should have 18 stitches. Now for row 26. 26 is 1 stitch, 2 stitch together, repeat. 1 stitch, 2 stitch together. 1 stitch, 2 stitch together. 1 single crochet, 2 stitch, crochet 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 together. So that is our row number 26. You now should have 12 stitches. The next step is to stuff this with polyfill, which I'm going to do, and then we're going to be doing round 27. My bumblebee is stuffed. I stuffed it just enough so it gives me this round shape that I wanted. The only thing that I did notice is that if you look on the bottom, my seam is not in the middle like I wanted, but on the side. But that's okay. This seam, this is something in the future I'm going to be explaining to you how to fix this so it does not appear like this. It appears more direct. The reason why it's doing this is because we are crocheting in a spiral, but this is fixable. When you crochet, when you change colors, you have to do something different, which I will explain to you in future videos. But for right now, we'll just leave it as is. That is completely fine. So next thing we need to do is we need to do row 27. So let's do that. Row 27, we need to single crochet 2 together, 2 stitches together all the way around. So let's grab 1, 2, stitch them together. Grab 1, 2, stitch them together. 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 1 and 2 together. That is our row 27, so we should have 6 stitches. It is a good idea to count them just to make sure. We need to cut our yarn and close with the ultimate finish. I'm not sure what they mean by ultimate finish, but let's go ahead and cut our yarn. Remove the stitch marker. So to close this, I'm going to yarn over and pull through my loop and pull, so that makes a knot. Then I'm going to take my needle, my yarn needle. What I want to do here is I want to, you know how the stitch is made out of front loop and back loop. I'm going to grab the front loop of each of the stitches like this. And then I'm going to pull closed like so. And I'm going to weave this yarn within the work that is around. How I like to do this is I go to the middle and I'm going to push through to this hole and pull it so that whatever was coming out is now in, and it gives us a perfect round. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to weave this through our existing stitches like this. And also I will go different directions. Okay, so that's enough, and now I'm going to cut. Now this is our bumblebee and it's completely closed. Let's look at what we need to do next. Now we need to do our stinger. We need to, so there's nothing new here for the stinger, so I'm going to let you go and complete the stinger. As for the wing, we're going to do the wings together. For round 1, you're going to chain 4, so do your slip knot and do 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then you're going to do a half double crochet in the second chain from hook. The second chain, if you count. Black is always harder to see, so it's 1, 2. So I'm going to do a half double crochet. So half double crochet, I have to yarn over once and go into the second loop. Pull through once and then pull all 3. So that's my 1. That's my first. Oops, I forgot to yo. 1 and then another 1. So now I have 3 stitches. It's hard to see, so 1, 2, and 3. Round number 2 says chain 1, T for turn, then we do 2 half double crochet in the first stitch. One, 2, so that's 2, and then we do a half double crochet the next stitch again, so just 1 this time. And then we do 2 half double crochet in the last stitch. So we do this 2 times in the last stitch. So that's 1. And that's 2. So this is for a total of 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5. So for row 3, we chain 1. We do T for turn. And then 2 half double crochet in the first stitch. 1, 2. The next step is to do half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So let's do the next 3. 1, 2, 3, and then at the end I do 2 half double crochets in the last stitch. So let's get our last stitch. Okay, just 1 and then 2. This is 7 stitches. We chain 1, evenly single crochet around the whole piece, slip stitch, and when you reach where you began. Okay, so this means I have to do single crochets around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my last stitch, and now I need to do single crochets all around. A single crochet in this bump, and then there's one here. Oops. There's no rule where you put in your stitches. You just try it so that it's nice. 2, 3. I'm not going to finish this because I'm actually going to undo what I just did because I don't like this. It's actually scooping, if you can see. So that I don't like. I'm going to undo because my stitches were too far away. I wanted to keep it flat. That's how you do your wings. When you complete the single crochets around, you slip stitch into the stitch, and then you do the next one. So go ahead, finish these off, and I'll be back with the assembly. I've completed both wings. The wings are hard to do because the yarn is black. When I looked at the picture of the bumblebee, I realized that the wings are white, but in the instructions they say to make them black. My suggestion, if you're having some issues making the wings, do them white. It's going to be easier to see the stitches. Black is always hardest. When you work with black, you need either magnifying glass and very, very good lighting. Also, on the picture, you can see that the wings are a little bit like this, like a scoop, but mine are a little bit flatter, but that's okay. I mean, this is a little bit more scoop. So wings are not exactly the same. They're always a little bit different, but these are my wings. I did do the little stinger. This is my stinger. It does not really say where this goes. So I need to put I need to stuff it a little bit there. And if I look on the back, this is my middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch it a little bit more down than the middle. Okay, you just need to find your center, and then you stitch all around. And when you stitch, you can do blanket stitches. If you don't know how to do blanket stitches, I'm going to create a video to explain to you how those are done. But any kind of stitches to get this to hold is fine. A little trick, when it comes time to sew these, you sew them the best you can. So what I like to do is I like to use pins. So if we look at the stinger, let's see, these are the eyes. And I like to take my tail or my little stinger. Let's put it right down there, and I'm going to put pins around so it doesn't move when I stitch this. Like this. Do the best you can. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, with this a little bit stuffed. I didn't stuff it yet. Don't forget to stuff. Let's see if I can, if I place this down, just turn it. And it's not quite, I'll have to adjust it a little bit before I do start sewing. But before I stuff this, I like to sew like a portion of it, like half of it. I stuff it, then I sew the rest. And as for the wings, so according to the picture, they're on top. So let's find the top. Put this right here, grab this one, and then I'm going to put a needle in. And then they'll probably be going more up. Do one, and then do the other. So make sure this one is in the middle, which I don't think mine is, so I'll have to move it. And then once that is done, you will need to do the little mouth. You'll have to use this, do a little smiley face just like this from here to here, and then maybe do the little squinty pink things right here. So let's do that, and then I'll give you my final thoughts about this pattern and also about this yarn. I love my little bumblebee. The pattern was easy to follow. Any beginner can attempt to do this, can actually do this. As for the yarn, I do like the final results that it provided. However, the only thing is that it's a little bit harder to work with because it's a little bit stiffer than acrylic yarn or polyester yarn because it is 100% cotton. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have yourself a great day. Take care. See you in the next video.